if at Lake Hallow High School, the ratio of both boys and girls is how much? In the French club, how much? 2/3, correct? French club. 2/3. Immediately, what would you do? What's the next step when you realize that's a ratio? Common factor. Got it? Is that making sense? 2x over 3x. And the ratio of boys to girls in the Spanish club. Three is to 5. Correct? 3:5. 3:5. Again, immediately, what would you do? What is your next step? Multiply them by common factor. Would you go for x or would you go with some other factor? How do you know it's the same factor between these two ratios? So go for y, exactly. Go for another variable.
I have a question.
Yeah, ma'am.
Why do you put the x and the y there in the fractions?
Exactly. Let's say, for example, maybe you missed when I was explaining the ratios lesson. Let's say in a classroom, there are 20 girls and 20 boys and 30 girls. Okay. The ratio turns out to be 2:3, correct?
Yes.
That means there was a factor 10 that got simplified in the process for you to realize the ratio was 2:3, correct?
Mm-hmm.
In order to account for that missing factor, we need to introduce that factor back. Making sense?
Oh, okay. So you just substitute a variable in for that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you.
No problem. Okay. Now, which of the following statements must be true? The number of girls in the French club is equal to how many girls there are in the French club? 3x. And number of boys in the Spanish club. How many boys are there in the Spanish club? 3y, correct? Unless we know what x is and y is, can I say they both are equal? We don't know. What if x is 10 and y is 100? Correct? We don't know. Unless we are sure, we cannot say they are equal just because they appear similar. Is that making sense? Those are ratio numbers. Those are not actual numbers. Is that clear? So I cannot say that for sure. Next, the number of boys in the Spanish club, which is 3y, is greater than the number of boys in the French club. Correct? Just because 3 is greater than 2 doesn't mean 3y is more than 2x, depending on the y and x, correct? Unless we know the y value and x value, I cannot conclusively say that's a true statement. Nope. Got it? Now do you all understand the power of introducing that factor? It's important that every time you introduce that factor back, you see a ratio. Now let's talk about C. The percent of Spanish club members who are girls. How do you find out the percentage of a portion? Portion over total times 100. So cross out y and y. What do you get? 62.5%. Got it? So girls, it is 62.5%. And then the percent of French club members who are girls. Here, what is the portion in the French club? 3x over, what is the total? Come on, what's the total number of students in the French club? 5x. Correct? 3x and 2x times 100. So I can get rid of the x and x. What is 3 over 5 times 100? 60%. So this is 60. So is then 62.5 greater than the 60.5? Which is why it is correct.